This man had a belt in his hand. I'm just thinking in my head, like, was this your kid? Is you about to spank somebody's ass? Like, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Day here, and I'm back at it again with another freaking story time. Before I get into the story, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not. Give this video a thumbs up and follow me on all of my social media platforms, which are in the description box below. Sorry for my absence, but thank you guys for getting me to 700 subscribers. And as I said in last time that I would do another video if you guys got me there, and the part 2 to the last story time I did do is coming. It's just I gotta get the story out to y'all because it was on my head. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's start this story time off with giving a little backstory on how I met this man. I met this man, well, we'll start with the day before. The day before I met this man, my homegirl, she had hit me up. We had lost our job and I had to start work the following week for a new job. And she was like, girl, before you start that job, I know you're not gonna be able to go to First Friday like that, because the job I had got was like a bakery, weird ass bakery. And I got a story time about that. That story time was, that bakery was very R word. And I was the only black person. Me and my homegirl was the only black people working there. And I feel like we was just the token black people, but whatever. But that's not the story time. So she was like, yeah, I know you guys are gonna have to work Saturdays. And since it was in another city, y'all gonna have to be up early. Y'all ain't gonna be able to want to go out to First Friday no more. And I'm like, girl, yes, like, let's go. So me and my homegirl, I'm saying too many homegirls. The homegirl who hit me up, we're gonna give her the nickname Millie. So Millie hit me up, and the homegirl who I was starting the bakery job with, which is a mutual homegirl, me and Millie's, we're gonna give her the name, I'm just gonna call her homegirl, but for reference, she's the homegirl that, remember the story time? If you guys don't remember, go down on my channel. There's a story time about, or if you're new here, there's a story time about a guy who me and my homegirl had linked up with him. It was like some Sacramento guys, and we had linked up with him, and he had the fucked up jacket with the duct tape on his jacket, and he blew my mama's toilet up and stocked up the whole toilet. It's that guy, I mean that girl who was dating that guy. Yeah. So me, Millie, and my homegirl, we made this plan to go to First Friday. So the day comes up and we get cute, and I hit up Millie and I'm like, hey girl, we still going out tonight? She's like, yeah, we still going out. Don't tell me you flaking, because back then I was a frosted flake and I always used to flake on people. And I'm like, duh, I'm coming. That's why I'm texting you to see if we was going out. So we get dressed, get on our best dress, hit Millie up, pick her up. So we go up in there, and as we're walking in, me and Millie, we're from the city, and my homegirl, she's not. So me and Millie are kind of like mixing and mingling with people. We're like hugging people as we come in. People are calling me, hey Tiny, hey Millie, how y'all doing? Waving to us, giving us high fives, smacking our booty cheeks, twerking, saying dance with me, take a shot with me, etc. Right? So Millie disappeared. Me and homegirl, we're looking around like, Millie, where the fuck did you go? And so as I'm looking around, I turn around and I see Millie over here hugging this fine ass dude. This man was so fine to me, y'all. Light skin, he had like the little taper with the curl top. Ooh, he looked so good, y'all. He was just my type. He had on this leather jacket, grill in his mouth, chains. Not too much though. He wasn't doing too much, but he was doing just enough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh Millie, okay, I see you, bitch. She's coming back up, and me and homegirl, we both looking at this man like, this man is fine. And I literally tapped homegirl, and I'm like, girl, you see who Millie hugging? I don't know him, but he is fine, and she better get it. Get it. So Millie come up over there, and me and homegirl, we giving her that look like, ooh, bitch. So we giving her that look like, girl, like, And I was like, that's you? Girl, you better get it. She said, no. I said, bitch, move in. And she's like, girl, that's my cousin. And I'm like, So the reason why I stopped dead in my tracks and didn't walk up to that man and talk to that man was because I don't know if that story time, if I said it in that story time when I met my baby daddy, but I met him through his cousin. And from that mistake, I said I would never talk to any of my homegirls' cousins ever again, because when some beef go down, then they gotta choose sides, and I'm not expecting you to choose my side, homegirl. I'm expecting you to choose your family side, you feel me? But we'll get to that. So fast forward, the night's lit, people are buying us drinks, we drinking, we turning up, we partying, living our best life. One of my homeboys saw me and he wanted to take me to the bar, but I'm like, oh, buy my girls a drink. So my homeboy buys all some drinks and he just disappears. He's like, all right, Tiny, see you later, and disappears. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So I take my drink and I go back to the dance floor. At this time, it's probably like 1:30, 1:40, like the club's about to let out soon. So I know it's like the last little few, whatever, because it was the last call at the bar when my homeboy took me to the bar. And Millie out there on the floor dancing with some dude, you know, shaking that thing. And I'm just watching, I'm like, hey, get it, big. My homegirl right here, I'm like, hey, get it. Some guy comes up behind me and whispers in my ear, 209-555-5555. And I turn, like I'm scrolling like this while he's doing it. Matter of fact, my phone was in this hand and my drink was in this hand. And he's in this ear. And I look up and I'm like, y'all, it was that fine ass man that Millie was hugging earlier, her cousin. And so I turned around and I tried to act like nonchalant. I was like, what'd you say? I heard what he said. I was already remembering the number, like in my head. It was already in my head, locked in. Cause it was fine, y'all. You don't even know, it was fine. So he's telling me the number again, and he's like, and my name is, I gotta give him a name, Stevie, like Stevie J, because it's like, y'all see. So he was like, my name is Stevie. And so I was like, okay, what was your number again? Girl, I heard it the first time and I heard it the second time, but again, I'm trying to act nonchalant. So he was like, my name is Stevie. I saved that number. And he's like, give me a call. And that's crazy because Millie just reacted to my story. Hey girl, you watching it? You know I'm recording. Girl, you must have knew I was recording this story. But anyway, so he puts his number on my phone and we go our separate ways. He's like, give me a call or whatever, right? Okay, so the rest of the night we just was lit. We went out to eat afterwards, and I don't know why I didn't text him right then and there to give him like my number, but I don't know, I was being weird. But the following day I had texted him and I just texted him my name, like, this is Tiny, save my number, right? And so y'all, why the message didn't even send? After that, after I sent the message and he didn't respond, I'm just like, I know this nigga did not give me a number that don't even work. Like, I mean, he did not respond. Like, the message said not delivered, right? The message said not delivered. So I'm like, bro, I know he did not give me a number that didn't work. What was the reason you came over telling me your number with your fine ass? I know damn well you didn't think I was ugly or something because you saw me. You saw me when you hugged my homegirl Millie. You saw me when you came up behind me. Well, maybe you didn't see me, but you seen this body. So you knew I was some pressure, some type of pressure. I don't know. But I was irritated. So I resent the message and again, not delivered. I was so mad, I was so upset, I was so pissed because I was like pressed and I was like excited because this man was fine. And before him, like, I was dealing with that sad nigga, and that sad nigga was, if y'all knew who it was, y'all would be like, oh, why? But anyway, so later on that night, like after that non-deliver, I let my homegirl know, like, girl, anyways, let me find me a new boo. Because at that time I think I was talking to some people. And I know I was still talking with the sad dude on and off, but like I was kind of slowly merging off from him. And then like I was talking to my baby daddy a little bit. But I could have added a new man to my roster, but whatever. I'll keep the same 5 people on my roster. He finally hits me back and he's like, oh, my bad, like my phone's off. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I wasn't tripping. I wasn't worried. He's like, oh, what's your real name? And I'm like, why? He was like, I'm not saving your number under Tiny. And I was like, okay, my name is Sade, right? So he saves my number or whatever he does. And he hits me up. He was like, oh, so you single? You know, all the little questions. You single? How old are you? Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And then I answered the questions and I asked each of the questions back, and I also asked him some questions too. And he asked me if I had kids, and I was like, yeah, I have a daughter. How about you? And he let me know he had kids, whatever, right? But he did not let me know how many kids. He said, yeah, I have kids. And I'm just like, So that was it for that day. And then I think it was like, this had to be like the second or third day that we had each other's numbers and that we were communicating. He had texted me. He asked me if what I was doing that coming Friday, because he's having a birthday, or it was like Thursday. He was like, I'm having a birthday party and you should come through. I'm having it here in Sacramento at this club, blah blah this, blah blah that. You got a car? I'm like, yeah, I got a car. He was like, yeah, you should pull up, you and your girls. So I was like, okay, but I'm probably gonna invite Millie because that's your cousin, you know. I think my homegirl was like back home or something, so she wasn't coming. So my homegirl was like, yeah, at first. And then like, I think it was like Wednesday night or Thursday morning, she was like, girl, I'm not coming. And I was like, bitch, why would you cancel on me the last minute? But she did. So I basically just hit him like, oh, I'm gonna miss out on your birthday, but we should link up sometime this weekend and maybe we could you know, chill or whatever, hang out, and I'll bring you a gift. That was probably the first red flags that I needed to leave this man alone, honestly. So yeah, the party went, and the following morning I happened to be scrolling on my Facebook. Mind you, we never added each other or exchanged Facebooks, but back then and now kind of, I have a lot of random people on my Facebook. So like, it'd be people in Sacramento, LA, Frisco, Miami, like all over the world on my Facebook. So I did not know I had this man on my Facebook. But the following day after the party, I had seen that he had posted a picture and he had a girl on his arm, and she was cute. She was a cute little light-skinned girl. I texted him, I was like, oh, I see your pictures from your birthday. Happy birthday. Because I believe that party was on his actual birthday, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't, it was like a couple days before, a couple days after. But I was just like, happy birthday. I see you took some pictures. Yo, is that your girlfriend? Like, she looks cute. It's like, no, that's my baby mama. You did say you got kids, but like, baby mama like, y'all together? Or baby mama like, that's my homegirl. So I was like, oh, y'all cute together or whatever, like y'all still deal with each other? And then he was like, no, like that's my baby mama and my oldest daughter. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I was like, how old is your daughter that you have with her? And then he told me the age, and then he told me the ages of all his kids. He's like, yeah, these are the ages of my kids. But then he got to the last one, he was like, she's 2. And I was like, 2? But I was like, oh, that means you and the baby mama is like still dealing with each other. He's like, no, it's on this tip. He told me all the information about that situation or whatever, right? Right. So I was like, oh, okay. So like, are you messing with that baby mama? Like, how many baby mamas you got? This man told me he got 3 baby mamas. I said, I am not gonna be a 4th. So even though he told me the ages of his baby mamas and stuff, I just thought, I mean, baby mamas and kids, stuff in gaps. I just stopped talking to him a little bit, but like, I was still texting him here and there, conversating with him, but I just wasn't like fully interested in him anymore, because it was just like, baby boy, you got a lot of going on. A situation like, I know y'all was like, what does this have to do with his baby mama, papa, and I? Here comes the baby mama. So the day the baby mama popped up or whatever, and the whole situation happened, he hit me up and he was like, what are you doing later? And I was like, oh, nothing. Like right now I'm in Sac, I'm getting my hair done. Y'all, I was doing a fucking quick weave with some hair store bundles, getting my hair done. He was like, what time you gonna be done with that? And I was like, oh, probably like this time. I'm in Sac right now. He's like, oh, you come back to Stockton? I was like, yeah, because at this time I was hanging out in Sac, coming home. In Sac, coming home. I was like, yeah, I'm not staying the night out here tonight. I just literally came from the hair store finna get my hair done. Anyways, trying to sound cooler than what I was. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my mom's house or whatever and hang out there. And this is when I had moved out of my apartment and back with my mom. So I was back at my mom's place. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there in a little bit. He was like, okay, well, hit me up when you're done. And I knew what that meant. We finna link up. And back then I like smoked tree and drank and stuff. So I was like, cool, because I don't want to do it by myself tonight. So I go, I get ready, I hit him up, I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, nothing, just waiting on you. And I was like, ah, this nigga love me. This nigga don't even know my middle name. Talking about this nigga love me. Anywho, so I pulled up to his house, and I had pulled up to his house a couple houses down. And I realized like the house that he told me that he lived at, there was no car out there. And I'm like, this man ain't got no car. Well, it's relevant, just listen, just pay attention. So there was no car outside of his house, like not one. And I know he said he had a roommate. Or did he tell me he had a roommate at the time? No, but I just assumed he lived with somebody and there was no cars in the driveway at all. And so the way his house was set up, it was a triplex. So, and he had came outside and we was standing outside talking. I got out the car and I was just standing on the car talking to him. I'm not thinking he was about to invite me in. So he was like, we can go inside. I don't bite. And I was like, boy, I don't know you. But it is cold, so let's go. Mind y'all, it was like a colder season. But it was a colder season. Or whatever. And so he's like, you can come inside. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come inside or whatever, right? So we go inside and we're chilling, and he puts on a show that was really popular at the time. Y'all, my phone done rang. I don't even know where I left off at, but I think I left off with, oh, we're watching a show, right? And so like I swore up and down I seen somebody walking past back and forth, right? And so I'm like, bruh, like maybe I'm tweaking. I'm buzzed. I'm high. Can I say that word? I'm loaded. I'm buzzed. I thought I was tripping. So I seen a shadow going past his doors, and the way his doors are set up is like those one glass doors where you can like see the shadow outside, but you can't like really see in or out the house. I don't know. If I can find a picture, I guess I'll insert it right here for you guys. But it was one of those, and I thought I was tweaking. Like I said, he lived in like a triplex, so like I'm thinking, okay, maybe it was the neighbor, maybe I'm tripping, I don't know. I didn't hear no doors opening or closing, but who knows, like I'm supposed to hear the damn door and I'm inside the house, whatever. So I see the shadow again go past again. Then I had happened to hear like something, like it sounded like somebody was like doing like a little sound. But I thought maybe I'm tripping, I'm buzzed. Ain't nobody knocking. So the show goes off or whatever, and he's like just talking to me, getting to know me. Well, we were talking throughout the show, but like not too much, because we was interested in the damn show. The show was good as fuck. That was my show. And so we hear a knock at the door. I'm like, okay, I knew I wasn't tripping. Somebody's at the fucking door. And so he looked at me and I looked at him, and he looked at me and I looked at him. And we looked at each other, and I'm like, you don't get that? And he was like, yeah. So the knock goes again. So he opens the door, but it's like a partial opening of the door. It's not like a full opening of the door. And I could see through like what is open, because the way the couch was set up was like, this is the couch and his door was like cat corner. And so I heard the girl at the door say, what are you doing? Why you not answering my calls? And instantly I'm like, this nigga got a bitch. This nigga got a bitch. I gotta go. This nigga got a bitch. He's like a little like heavy breathing, like he's like irritated, and he just shuts the door. He goes out the door and shuts the door behind him. But when he's going out the door, like, you know how you gotta kind of like, if it's cracked, you gotta kind of open the door a little wider to go out, because it's not skinny. She's doing this, trying to see who up in there. And so, yeah, they go outside and I can't hear what they're talking about. So I instantly get on my phone like, girl, he got a bitch at the house. I need an escape plan. It's time to go. I start packing up my bottle. I start packing up tree, everything. I just start packing up everything. I'm like, it's time to go. Because me got to go. And at this point, it's probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. I was gonna go anyway. Like, I had no intentions on staying the night. So he comes back, but when he comes back, I'm thinking he's gonna come back and try to explain what's going on, or try to tell me who's at the door and try to lie some more. So before he could even say anything, I was like, who is that, your girlfriend? Am I interrupting something? Should I leave? And he's like, no, stay there. This man goes to his room, walks past me, goes to his room, throws his phone on the table, and in his left hand he has a belt. This man had a belt in his hand, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, who is this, your kid? Is you about to spank somebody's ass? Like, who is this, your child? Why is your child out at 2 in the morning, sir? Like, what the fuck is going on? And so this man goes outside and with the belt for like a good 2 to 3 minutes. And like, mind you, I couldn't hear too much of any commotion. Like, I could hear like her voice a little bit, but I couldn't hear too much of it. I just heard, you know, mostly him. And yeah, he comes back breathing all heavy and shit, and he's trying to sweet talk me, and the whole time I'm on the phone. It's like, man, that was my baby mama. I'm like, yo, baby mama. And he's like, I don't know why she came up to the door. You see my car wasn't outside. And I'm like, what the F is going on? I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go. But I did not leave, y'all. And before y'all judge me, mama stay with your daddy, and he got other kids with her. So we are not here to judge. This is a safe space, right? Right. Okay. So I'm going to admit I was wrong. I stayed the night with that man until like 5 in the morning. Not stayed the night, but I just stayed longer. And he was basically just telling me that, you know, they were broken up and that they had like this, you know how like we break up with somebody or they break up with you, but y'all still kind of deal with each other for a minute. And in my head, I made up my mind that I wasn't gonna mess with this man. I was just kind of scared to leave because I stayed with that man for a while. I feel like I've been recording and talking for an extremely long time. So therefore, part 2 is gonna be when we met up. So if you made it this far, make sure you guys tune into part 2, because part 2 is when she found out about me and we met up. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up. Drop down in the comment section below, what would you have done if somebody baby mama popped up while you was there? Would y'all have left like a smart person, or would you guys have stayed like my dumb ass? Let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, anyway, thank you for subscribing. Well, yeah, you guys should be subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on all of my social media platforms in the description box below for your convenience. And let's get this video to 50 likes, and let's go for 500 views. If this video could get to 500 views and have 50 likes, I will drop the part 2. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Love you guys. Thank you for the 700 subscribers. We're reaching for 1K now.